everyone, Dr. K, naturopathic sports medicine doctor. Today talking to you about costochondritis. So that is basically a fancy word for inflammation of the cartilage between your ribs, so the bone's going this way, as well as the breastbone here, this hard bone right here that attaches to the ribs in the center of the chest. So the pain initially can actually be quite scary and can feel like a heart attack or other heart conditions. So you really do have to rule out something more serious before you get a diagnosis of costochondritis. But once you know what it is, oftentimes it can have swelling at the area. It could be on the left or the right side, and it will be tender to touch. And a lot of times there's no cause, like people can't pinpoint exactly why it happened. Other times it's a blow to the chest or arthritis, infection, sometimes even a tumor. So as I say, you have to kind of rule out certain things before you can decide that it's costochondritis. However, once you've got there and you've figured out that's exactly what it is, then the good news is that you can actually treat it with acupuncture, which is really nice. So essentially what you do is, depending on what side it's on, you do a technique called surround the dragon, which is essentially placing the needles around the area of pain. So it's generally along, the breastbone here and onto the pec muscle essentially. And then using manual stimulation to increase blood flow, to reduce pain, and to improve healing. And then you can also use contrast hydrotherapy. So if we've talked about that in previous videos as well, which means using hot and cold on it. And as well as just making sure that you're doing some very gentle range of motion, like especially with your arms, overhead and behind, just to make sure that you're not fully, keeping the spot immobile, because that will also be very tempting. But you also too want to make sure that you're continuously pushing it just a little bit so that you don't fully seize up and have other muscular problems because of that. So costochondritis, a little bit tricky to diagnose in the beginning, but once you're sure that that's what you have, acupuncture is a really nice treatment for that, to reduce the pain, the swelling, and so that you can get back to normal life. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.